If you ask me how to turn $100 into $10,000 over the span of a few months, and you wanted to do it fully with crypto, I'd say that right now your best chances would be meme coins. And I know that many people would laugh when I say that because of the extremely high risks associated with it. And my answer to that is yes. Whoever wants to earn 100x their money also has to accept that there is some risk involved. No pain, no gain, baby. But the point being, fundamentally, this bull run that we're witnessing right now in 2024, or perhaps already if you're watching this in 2025, is vastly different from what we've seen the previous cycles. And a very good example of that is this video that I made a few months back. It is right now my most viewed video. It's a video about how to buy meme coins early. The last couple of years, meme coins were not at all as interesting as they are right now, and I seriously think it's changed so many people's lives over the past few months alone, but the real craziness has not even started. And if you're asking me, what are we looking at? Not specifically which coins, but what are we looking at? There are 1,000 different theories. Here's 𝗵𝗲'𝗀𝗀. He says to look at holder growth. Actually, his primary thesis basically stands on the grounds of take a good look at how the communities of these meme coins are. If you really want to succeed and catch a coin that's right now at whatever, let's say $10 million worth of market cap, and ride it all the way towards 10 billion or perhaps even 150 billion. Remember, Doge's all-time high was like roughly $90 billion, and we expect that some meme coins will significantly overtake it because really, Doge had quite a solid community, sure, but it was always just a joke with nobody really being in that early that was pushing it anymore. The majority of people that were pushing it got in at $15 billion or so. We're at a couple X's, sure, but it's vastly different than seeing a meme coin start up or start from really, really low, get a massive spurt in the span of a few months. The community is built quite differently then. They're all newer, they're all there, and the majority of the holders are actually, fresh. They're excited, looking for some, let's just simply call it journey, and that's basically what he was referring to. He said, you take a look at how core the community is, how much of it is a cult, and how deeply rooted is that cult. That might sound really scary to some people, but really, if you start thinking about it, meme coins are just about an idea of something doing well. Let's talk about it. Let's say we grab an image. We have an image of a hedgehog, right? Or a freaking panda, you name it. We have a name. It might be a trendy subject. It might be something that's been around for a long time. Could be anything. We match those together. We put it on a chain. That's a meme coin. That's really all it is. Well, actually, it's none of that. Really, if you start thinking about it, the name, the trendy topic, all those really don't matter. All that matters is the holders, how dedicated they are, how far they can spread the message, and how many people they can convince. And if we're looking at numbers here, he put up a couple of different meme coins and how the last couple of days their growth has been going on. All these numbers can be faked. Don't hold it too tightly. Now, there have been countless debates, even very recently here, about what the best metrics are when it comes to meme coins. For example, he brings up that the ratio market cap to holders and basically showcasing or looking at how much money the average buyer is investing into a meme coin might be relevant. And recently here, he's been quite correct that some of the bigger ones with a higher market cap to holder ratio have also been doing better. But the reason it doesn't fully work is if we have a project that just has one holder, for example, me. I'm 100% owner. I will basically never sell. That doesn't make it the best meme coin really, right? Because it's got only one person. Yes, he's putting a lot of money into it, maybe even $40 million, sure. Yet nobody's heard about it. It's nothing. And then we get back to it. It's really all about how tight-knit the community is, how far they can spread a message, how much conviction they have. And that brings me to the core point of this whole explanation here. I've done 4 minutes. Why? To kind of build up one important point. And that is conviction. That's literally the only word I think I've got to explain to people when it comes to meme coins and how to succeed with them. You might say, Dusty, but which exact one do I pick? Well, there are two different camps. If you're really trying to be better than everybody else, you really are gonna have to go into the trenches of the trading bots, the pump funds, etc. If you want an easier ride, which I think is what most people are in it for, to not be behind their computers 17 hours a day, losing 95% of the time, hoping for that one big winner, again, the conviction word plays another role, which is they're all trying to be the next Doge. Some of them will be bigger than how Doge was the previous cycle. They're all trying to build a long-lasting cult. It really is kind of what it is. It sounds kind of dark, but it is kind of what's going on. They're trying to build brands. I've had talks with these major meme coins, some of the ones that have, you know, let's just say $1 billion, if not more, market cap. And what they're trying to do is this run, not really stick to just the crypto space anymore, but really branch out quite significantly. Think of how FTX or Crypto.com, even actually all the other exchanges, partnered with either football clubs or they bought stadiums or things of that sort, or partnered with Formula One teams. I think a lot of these meme coins are going to go to that level. We've already seen a wave of all these different influencers kind of scamming their fans a little bit. It's because they're not doing it the right way. There are a couple of ones, I guess 𝗂𝗍𝗂 is one of the ones that have done it quite nicely over the past few months with her mother coin. I'm not saying it won't get into any regulatory trouble ever because it's still kind of like a gray, shady area, but the way she's done it was quite good. And I think for the most part, it's because they are still following the rule book instead of just rugging it within a few hours. No, they're basically trying to really build a brand, trying to build a movement. And again, a lot of people can't think this far into the future. They can't grasp the idea that really it's not trying to be a little thingy somewhere. No, it's trying to be like almost like how you consider it to be something to be a lifestyle, a real new movement, a real new awakening of sorts. I must come over as a lunatic, but really, I think a lot of people that are buying into these coins have that idea, or at least are trying to make it that far. And I think it is only really with that attitude in mind that they can get somewhere even close to the billions of dollars, to the tens of billions of dollars, if not hundreds of billions of dollars, because, well, that's a lot of freaking money, right? There's a couple other things that it needs to have. High percent of the supply in diamond hands, so people that really will not sell. Trying to be a multi-cycle coin, not just here for 1 month, week, but trying to be here for the next couple of years. And I again like this comparison with a lot of other companies where, again, it should be more than just a simple name, you know, more than just a simple brand. I really like the thesis that he brought up here, I really do. Same thing for his wording here. Memecoin is a misnomer because realistically, most people don't want to keep switching coins. They just don't want to keep going to the next one, next one. They want to believe in something. And if you then start thinking about it, if they really are believing in something so highly, and whether or not it's a meme or it's a funny character or something, doesn't really matter. It's really mostly just about the community and the people that are around it. Is it really a meme coin in that sense then? The meme, I guess, only comes from the fact that very often it's a funny concept, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. People often think that a meme coin needs to, or that a good project needs to build a working platform, needs to earn revenue, etc., etc. And even though I think that's true, generally speaking, for almost any other company out there, in this crypto space here, a couple of things are quite unique. Again, I'm not here talking about the ethics. I'm not here talking about how sustainable this is over a 1,000-year period or something along those lines. I'm not here trying to tell you that this is the only business model that works and it's good for this and that reason. I'm only talking about how I think the majority of the money from people that are trying to look into getting into memes will be made. It's not by playing the PvP game on these pump.fun platforms. It's realistically speaking by just... Now he classifies the next wave of meme coins into more than just a cult. Again, he has some different names for it, like a lifestyle, brand structures, movement missions, and neo-religions even. Perhaps a coin can even get to that level. Takes a lot for it to ever get there though. But the point here being that memes really do have a lot of beautiful parts to it. In essence, they are just communities after all. And really, if we go back to that idea of no, it needs to have a working product, needs to have proper backing, yada, 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 it's not necessarily that those will actually do better or are better investments really from any perspective. Again, utility-wise, we just saw a few different reasons as to why memes might have utility. Just depends on what you call being utility. However, if we're taking a look at valuations, for example, this is very often the VC-backed chart, meaning the pre-seed at this level, seed, series A, B, perhaps a C, D, E, whatever, the listing on all the popular exchanges, and then the slow downfall as again, all the people who bought in early are selling. It's not always the case. Matter of fact, on many different occasions, you would have made a ton of money if you just bought the start and just kept on holding or kept buying the dip. Now, not everything I agree with, but I don't think it's that relevant for the story. What is relevant is if we're taking a look at the biggest meme coins that there are right now, just some of the biggest ones, right? 𝗵𝗵𝗃, WIF, whatever. What you're noticing is really, realistically, that all of them combined, like 20 of the top meme coins out there, only like $9 billion, like 1/10 of what Doge had at its peak. Relatively, guys, it's really still quite a small industry. Now, these are just some of the coins of the last cycle, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, no, Memecoin is definitely an older one. Anyway, the point still stands, though, that if we get back to our point of which one to go for, well, the industry, in my opinion, is going to see, I think, even a 100x in general. For just taking a look at this list, for example, I think the top 20, if we consider that Dogecoin on its own was 10 times as big as just the number one, right? If we just consider that, how big will the top 20 of the new cycle be? Well, to say that it would be 10 times as big as Dogecoin was at its peak, or something along those lines, I don't think is too odd, and that would basically mean a 100x from here. Now again, this already includes some of the most major meme coins like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. That's why I said this is not the top 20, it's just to give you a good idea of some of the bigger ones. But yeah, to just get back to it, some of these will do well, some of these will fail and go to absolute zero. Some of them will just slowly go sideways. That's the hard part about it. But that's realistically where all the meme coins differ ever so slightly. How much conviction do the people behind it really have? Were there solid owners, or founders of the project? Are they dumping maliciously? How much do people believe that this will keep going on? Last thing I'll say though, with a little funny meme in the middle here, if you start thinking about it, it's not as if it's perfect. It's not as if it's, realistically speaking, sustainable in most ways that people see sustainable businesses. But I think if you're talking about odds, you've got better odds than a lot of other sort of gamble, I don't want to say the word, options you've got. Realistically, you have some of the best odds here for making it with meme coins. It's fresh, it's new, you have no crazier barrier of entry, it's actually quite easy to get in. Again, with pretty good odds of 10 or 100x of the industry over the next, let's just say 3 years or so. And really it got me thinking as to, why don't I focus more on it? So on this channel, I'll probably not change that much. Maybe I will. It depends probably on how people perceive this video or my next videos on the topic. But if you're asking my honest opinion, I think not enough people are focusing in on just how huge it can be. And the reason I didn't name any one specific meme here is because I wanted to give you guys the idea of, well, which exact one. First of all, it's not really that relevant, but it also kind of depends on what you fit into. If we're talking about the sector though, I think it will 100x from here at minimum. And so the most important part, in my opinion, is just to find your way in. And like I said, at minute 4 or so of the video, is have conviction in something for once in your life.